Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. However, I'm not just limited to helping you with relationships, and we're doing a nighttime live stream. I normally post in the morning, but it's been such a busy day. But I didn't want to miss being on here and checking in with you guys. So I know this is not the normal time that I usually come on, but hi, I didn't forget about you. I'm still going to check in with you guys today. So back to the intro. I like to specifically focus on relationships. However, I'm not just limited to helping you with relationships. If there are other areas of your life that you're looking to create peace, harmony, or abundance in, then feel free to reach out to me. Remember, life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. The circumstances do not matter. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core, subconscious, foundational level. Your foundational belief system is creating your reality. You are also creating your reality in a moment-to-moment basis based on the awareness that you have of your reality, how you're assigning value and meaning to the things around you. And the key here is in this moment, over and over again. It's a brand new moment. I am deciding that instead of thinking about the things around me as impossible, I'm going to go in a new direction. The word impossible literally says I am possible. Therefore, instead of focusing on all the things that are wrong in my reality, all the things that are not working, I'm going to put all of my energy into building the beliefs, the version of myself that has my desired outcome, knowing that the desired outcome is done. And the more that I maintain this version of myself and feel good, a natural byproduct is going to be the result that I desire, which is what I want to talk about in today's video. What does it's done actually mean? All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a quicker video too. I just want to say that up front because I need to go to sleep soon. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Like I said, though, I wanted to check in with you guys. It's done means the version of yourself that is so confident, that is so certain that you can achieve anything, that the moment you decide that you want something, there is no doubt in your mind, there is no worry in your mind, there is no notion of circumstances. You are 100% confident in your ability to achieve absolutely anything, that you don't need to think about it anymore. You trust your body so much, you trust yourself so much that you don't even need to think about it anymore. That is what it's done means, okay? It is a level of confidence and self-certainty that I don't need to worry about this thing anymore. I'm so confident in my ability to achieve absolutely anything that I want in my life that the moment I decide whatever it is that I want, I don't need to worry about it anymore because I know that I can achieve, be, do, have anything, have the relationship with that person, make that job, get that job, create that job, have that certain amount of money, have that house, have that lifestyle. I'm so confident in my ability to achieve that I don't need to worry about it anymore. That is what it's done means. Okay. Now, if you're not able to maintain that it is done, that means you need to build your beliefs. I am confident, I am secure, I am stable, I am believing in myself, I am achieving, I'm a high achiever, I'm always focused, I got this. Those types of beliefs. You're gonna see Apollo is playing in the background with the lights, so you guys might see that the light's turning on and off in the background. So the point that I'm trying to make here, though, is when it comes to manifesting something, okay, you're not going to try to manifest the thing, okay, that you're manifesting. The thing that you're manifesting is a natural byproduct. So the best way to think about it is if I have this desired outcome, okay, this thing that I want to create, what is the version of me that has that thing? And that's your beliefs. So as I reinforce my beliefs more and more, and let this thing go knowing it's done, then that's going to be a natural byproduct. The manifestation is going to be a natural byproduct of this version of myself. Okay. And that's really important to understand, because if you're waking up every day with this awareness that you're trying to convince yourself that it's done, or you're looking out into your reality for it, or you're waiting for it, you're not in my opinion, your focus is not in the right place. And I talk about this every day, you guys. I talk about this every day, right? It's the same message that I'm approaching from multiple different angles. And the thing is, it's so easy. What I'm talking about is so easy that it can be easy to overcomplicate the process, especially if you have circumstances in your way and you've never developed this level of trust with yourself before. The easiest way that I can explain this is that what you are, your body, your brain, what you're existing in is extremely intelligent, and it's going to do the work for you. Okay? The answer's within you. You already know what to do. You just need to build the belief around the version of yourself that can do it and also attract it to you. And that's why it's not a trying process, because the moment I have the beliefs in alignment of I am good enough, I am worthy, I'm confident, I'm believing in myself, I'm going to naturally show up as that version of myself. Just like how whatever your beliefs are right now, you're naturally showing up as that version of yourself without trying. It's literally as easy as changing your beliefs and then dropping the notion of who you used to be. You have to be willing to drop the attachment to who you have been and how you know people in your reality. In order to get what you want, you have to stop being attached to who you have been, which means you need to wake up in this moment, 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 decide to let go of everything that you've known and be somebody new. And the easiest way to do that is to just be present. It's not a trying you're not trying to be who you used to be. That's just who you were. You're not going to try to be this new person. You're going to sleep with the beliefs on and then go about your day and let it go. I've been seeing comments where people say, and I know I talked about this, I believe in yesterday's video, where people say like, oh, it's day whatever of listening to the beliefs. When is the change going to occur? You're not waiting for anything. Okay. So when these things manifest, what happens is you're sleeping with the beliefs on and you're kind of forgetting about it. So you're like, you should be waking up and just going about your day. And what happens is these beliefs and how you're showing up naturally materializes. There has to be a let go of the focus on the circumstances, like a complete let go. So I'm not going to be thinking about how everything is not working in my life. I'm not going to be thinking about my person and if there's a third party. I'm not going to be thinking about all the problems. I'm going to be very, very present in this moment, trusting that the beliefs I've been sleeping on with at nighttime are working. I'm not going to try to make them work. I'm just going to let go and be present. And you're going to see that as you keep letting go and you just are really present in your reality and you get really enveloped in the moment, things manifest in these really miraculous ways. It's actually really awesome. I know you guys have been seeing the success stories in my community tab, and it really is as easy as sleeping with the beliefs on and letting the shit go. Okay. Like I said, it's almost so easy that you're overcomplicating it. It's that easy. It really is as easy. I'm going to sleep with these new beliefs on. I'm going to become this version of myself and just go enjoy my day and trust that what I'm listening to is working. If you don't trust that it's working, if you're waiting for the change, if you are feeling like you need to make something happen, you're going to see that becomes your experience where you're constantly waiting and you're trying to make something happen. It's not a trying process. You're not trying to be this version of yourself. So when these new beliefs get in alignment, you're not going to try to be this new version of yourself. Okay. So that's what it's done means. It's done means now there may be some moments where you do need to pick yourself up. Let's say you fall down and like your mindset just goes in a negative space, then yeah, sit down and do a meditation and remind yourself that it's done. But I want you guys to get cocky. I want you to get confident with your manifestation ability and really step into that energy of it's done means I don't really need to worry about this anymore. Okay. And I know I've talked about this in the past. You get to this space where you kind of don't really give a fuck, where you can just really enjoy your day and you recognize that in this moment, I can choose to feel what I want to feel. In this moment, I don't have to allow my external reality to dictate my internal world. And in fact, that is so important. When you realize that you can genuinely choose to feel whatever you want to feel in this moment, no matter what's going on around you, you're going to see that that is your power. When you stop letting your outer world dictate your inner world and you start dictating your inner world, your outer world starts to change and reflect these inner changes. And it is as simple as really saying, I don't give a fuck about what's going on around me. I'm going to choose to feel good. I'm going to choose to not feel disempowered, or I'm not going to choose to feel like life is happening to me anymore. I'm going to decide to feel good in this moment and believe that I can have exactly what I want and what's something else that I can do right now that feels good. That's it. Okay. And it really is that easy. Dylan, by the way, I became sober. I love that. Okay, so let's see. I want to read some of the comments here in the chat now, because that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, is that it's done is just confidence. It's just confidence. Like you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that when you set your mind to something, you're going to be able to achieve it. And so if you're flip-flopping on yourself of like, it's so hard for me to believe it's done because there's all these things that are going on, really what you're doing in those moments is you're arguing your limitations. You're wasting your own time. I understand that there are things in your reality that can be distressing and challenges. Don't get me wrong. I get that. But you at some point have to say, fuck all this. I'm going to believe in myself and I'm going to do whatever I can right now to feel better and govern my inner world and trust myself that when I set my mind to something and I believe it's done, some way, somehow, some shape, that thing is happening with that person, that job, that career, whatever it is. I will find a way. And when you step into that level of trust in your body, in your subconscious mind, in your whole being, you're going to see that it occurs no matter what is presented in front of you. Again, the circumstances don't matter, you guys. They don't matter. I understand that there may be distressing things in your reality. And don't get me wrong, I've had so many moments where like I was crying and feeling hopeless. And I've talked about this on my story before, even on my Instagram and in previous live streams, you guys. I had a very traumatizing childhood. Okay, I pretty much raised myself. My brother and sister had drug addictions growing up. My mother was in the hospital every year getting surgery. She had 14 knee surgeries, 2 total knee replacements. My father was always at work. Came from a very abusive background, so he was just very toxic himself. My sister passed away, okay? I got bullied for being gay growing up. Tons of abusive relationships. Moving from place to place to place, always losing friends, okay? Like very traumatizing. Moments of homelessness and sleeping on friends' couches. And I remember like going to work and crying in the parking lot at 5 a.m. and just wiping my tears and being like, okay, I have to go into work today. Like, I don't have the time to sit here and be sad anymore. Okay. You have to, like, I understand the struggle. I get it. But at a certain point, you have to decide, I'm not going to allow the world to make me feel hopeless or powerless, and sitting here victimizing myself does nothing for me. When you start to empower yourself and you don't allow the world to define who you are for you anymore, when you don't allow the shit that has happened to you to define who you are anymore, and you just put all of your focus on building the best beliefs and believing that you can achieve whatever it is that you put your mind to, when you stop making excuses for yourself, when you stop saying, all of this has happened to me, I have the right to feel this way, all of this bad stuff in the world is going on and this person is treating me like this, there's no way I can get what I want. When you stop letting how other people are showing up define what you're able to achieve, and you say, I don't really care if you're showing up this way, I can still get what I want. I don't need your love, respect, or approval because I'm giving it to myself. I don't really care what you're doing because you're here for enjoyment. I love you. Like, it's great to have a relationship. It's great to have these things. But I'm creating my happiness and my stability within me, and I'm going to be fine with or without you. when you become detached from outcomes and you put all of your focus on building your beliefs and you stop feeling jaded by the world and you stop feeling sorry for yourself, rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I could write a whole book about all the shit that has happened to me, and I could go on a complete pity party for my entire life, but that's not going to get me anywhere. And in fact, everything that I'm talking about on my channel has gotten me to a very, very amazing place in my life. And I'm teaching from experience. And then you guys are seeing in my community tab, people that are applying this too and doing it as well. You can do it too, no matter what your circumstances are. I had a really beautiful success story today. And then I saw there was a chat. So I'm gonna, I'll read that chat question. Thank you for whoever donated when I get to it. But I wanna read this success story today. And age is not a limitation. I don't care how old you are, okay? So the people that are watching my channel, the age range on my channel is, it's actually really amazing. So I just wanna make this really clear here. I have people from 18 up to 65 plus watching my channel, okay? It does not matter what age you are. You can decide to hit the reset button on your life at any time, and I highly encourage you to, okay? Like, decide to reinvent yourself, do it. Don't just give up on yourself and feel like life is happening to you. You can do this at any time, at any point, okay? So I just wanna read this story, okay? This person wrote, as you know, I'm in my mid-50s. I had traumatic relationships, married 21 years to a player who destroyed me, then your specific person, having been dabbling in law of attraction for years, but never quite took for some reason, as I could never get my vibration or intentions or hold my tongue to the right quite clearly. I'm so glad I found you. Okay, so I know I'm a little bit tired, you guys, so apologize. I listened to the affirmation tapes for 35 days, waiting for my book session, and then screwed myself over Googling how long subconscious beliefs took to reprogram. Apparently, if you're over 30, a lot longer than 21 days. Duh, limiting belief. I did spontaneously stop smoking after 35 years, which was a bit of a shock, still working on drinking, but still that's 100% better than when I was emotionally a basket case and couldn't regulate anything. More of a social drinker now. Waking up at about 5 a.m. regardless. I wobbled in and out, but stayed the course. I actually got to a point where I was almost angry and just said, screw this. I do freaking deserve whatever I want, and the universe can go fuck itself. Probably not what you mean by it's done, but it seemed to work. I want to say this here too, though. I do this all the time, okay? So like, you guys got to hype yourself up. And sometimes I will literally tell my reality, like, fuck off. I'm going to get what I want. I don't care what you present to me. If that makes you feel better, do it. I'm here for it. Like, do it, and you're gonna see it's gonna conform. Like I said, get a little cocky with your manifestations in a balanced way. Like, don't be condescending to people or rude. There was another thing that I posted on my story today, which was a really amazing quote that I saw from somebody else, and it says, "When you are actually powerful, you don't need to be petty." Okay, so there's like, be cocky and confident within yourself, but don't treat people like shit around you. Okay, there's a line. Okay. So during this time, I was buying a property and seeing little developments, like the vendors agreeing to stuff I wanted that wasn't in the paperwork. People at work are being nicer and more appreciative of my role. I was getting random compliments. I got flowers and chocolates out of the blue, just simple stuff. My reason to subscribing to your channel initially was the crappy past circumstances with my person that had imploded so badly that it didn't make any logical sense it could ever be okay. The most awful circumstances were all there. To the average person, it is irreparable. My person was a mad gambler, habitual for most of his life, as I found out, who spent every cent he ever earned and then some, lied about it, hid it, denied it, was developing severe health issues because of it, and basically would not change despite threats, pleading my leaving. He reflected how crappy I felt about me, and I thought I deserved it. It was ugly. Underneath that, though, he ticked every box I ever wanted. Without gambling, he was my perfect mate. Anyway, he has come back into my life after 3 months of no contact, has sorted out a consolidation plan for his debts for himself. I had no idea. Asked me to hold all his cards and check his statements for him to hold him accountable. Has self-excluded from all gambling venues in a 150-kilometer radius, which is about the limit in our area. Gotten counseling and is sorting out his health issues. The personality I felt in love with is back, but the habits that destroyed us both are waning. That's a whole work in progress that I've taken on focusing my self-concept. I figure he'll catch up. In the meantime, it's not to my detriment, so all good. I'm taking my time to get to know me in my all-improved form. while enjoying what we have in this moment. Okay, so I'm done reading that. That's pretty much the success story up to this point. I wanted to read this success story so that you guys can see that the circumstances do not matter, okay? The main thing here is you're placing your focus on your self-concept. With whoever it is that you're manifesting, as you shift your self-concept, you're going to see the person start to shift and change in their own way, in a very nice and beautiful way that is reflecting the changes that you're making. It is not about you trying to manipulate or cause this person to do it. It's going to be a natural byproduct of you changing your self-concept. Like I was saying at the beginning of this video, if this is my desired outcome, what is the version of me that has that? As I change these beliefs and become this person, that desired outcome is going to naturally materialize. Okay. She could have never consciously thought, again, she even wrote it, he has sorted out a consolidation plan for his debts for himself. I had no idea. She didn't consciously think about that. That is a natural byproduct, a natural manifestation of the beliefs occurring. So it's not for you to figure out the how it's going to occur. Just believe it. It's done. This person and I, it's going to be fine. Now, where can I actually place my focus and become the version of myself that has this? When it manifests, you're going to just be blown away. There's no way that you're going to be able to, really consciously think about how it's going to unfold. And another thing here too, persisting, okay? Even if you get a flat out no, okay, let's say you want a very specific thing in a very specific amount of time and it doesn't happen in that time frame, that doesn't mean that it's done. You need to persist, persist in the knowing that it's done, but really see that if you are detached from outcomes, it doesn't even matter if you don't get it in that time frame because your focus should be on your self-concept. So if you are thrown off by circumstances, that is because you are still attached to the circumstance. You need to place your focus on your self-concept and feeling good all day long, and that's going to create the result. So it doesn't matter even if you get a no or it doesn't look like it's working, because just think about it as done and place your focus where it matters, which is on your self-concept. Okay. I also want to read something that I posted on my Instagram today really quickly, and then I'll go into the chat, you guys. Okay. So it was a quote that says, the last thing you want to be is old with regret, saying, what if? There is no better time than now. And so I posted that quote and then I wrote this with it. This is why I preach never giving up. I'd rather die knowing I did all I could and be proud of myself for the things I overcame than die living a life that I settled for. We didn't come here to conform or allow the world to tell us what we can be, what is possible, and how our life is supposed to be. We came to create, and creation is filled with highs and lows, doubts and fears, and then greatness. The full expression of your desires in a physically manifested form. The desire fulfillment isn't your end goal. It's the creative process that makes it worth it. Why do we admire diamonds? Because we know it took a lot of pressure to make them. It's never about the destination. Receiving what you want is guaranteed. It's the growth you experience as you become the version of yourself that has what you desire. That's the fun part. You'll be uncomfortable. You'll doubt yourself. Sometimes you'll give into fear. But when your desire is bigger than you and experiencing it feels real at the core of your being, that type of will pushes you to new heights you didn't think were possible. That level of persistence makes you beautiful. It makes you human and resilient. You're the magic ingredient. Embrace your journey, be kind to yourself, and believe. And then I added a second post to this. Especially when you love someone, you would never let someone convince you to stop loving your child, family members, animals, friends. We get too caught up in the problems, focused on they did this and they did that, etc. But why? Why did it unfold that way? Okay. Why is this person showing up this way? And you're going to see it has to do something with the beliefs and your self-concept that perpetuated these circumstances, right? So are these things really relevant? Connection is all that matters. When your desire to connect, more importantly to yourself, but also to the people in your reality, is bigger than your desire to be right, control, or manipulate, you will see how irrelevant the circumstances truly are. Love is all that matters. Don't let the world jade you. Don't let outside opinions convince you to give up on what you love. Be fearless. Another thing that I see, when I was studying medicine, I studied a lot into geriatric care. Okay. And so one thing that you see kind of in geriatrics is when people start approaching older age, they typically look back at their life and they see truly how irrelevant all the problems were. And they kind of have this mindset of like, I wish I didn't really care about those problems so much. And I wish I would have told people I loved them in the moment and just embraced them when I had them. And sometimes we get so focused on all of the problems and feeling personally victimized by our reality that we're not able to connect with the people around us in the moments that matter. And so the reason why I also wrote that post is because you want to take a step back and really ask yourself, are these circumstances, are all of these things that are going on really worth me dwelling over this person and not allowing myself to connect with them and feeling jaded and holding grudges? If you want the relationship that you desire, you need to let go, or whatever it is that you're manifesting, you need to let go of the grudges in the past and all the things that have occurred. You need to connect to yourself and realize that connection is the only thing that really matters. You could have, like I said, in previous content, you could have all the things in the world, but if you don't actually have people around you that you love, that you connect with, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay? So we got to learn to let things go, bring the focus on ourselves, build up the best beliefs, and then embrace the people around us as we connect with ourselves. That's the goal here. Connect with the people around you, embrace them around you, stop focusing on the problems and become the solution. Especially in this day and age, there's so much going on in the world. Okay. All right. Now let me go through the chat and see, and then I'm going to be heading off, you guys, because I'm getting tired. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Alyssa. All right. Let's see. So I feel like there was another super chat. Let's see. Thank you, Lexen. Okay, so you guys are so sweet. You're just putting super chats in with no questions. All right. Hey, Dylan, what are your thoughts on divine timing versus time doesn't matter? I have seen in my reality so many times, instant manifestation. So in my opinion, when you experience divine timing or time lag, that is really a gradient-like effect that you are experiencing that is proportional to the amount of belief and the disbelief that you have, okay? So the moment that you fully believe, you're gonna see. Believing is seeing, okay? What about their self-concept? Is every situation really our doing? So everybody as you push out is a highly advanced spiritual topic, you guys. You're going to see that you're creating your reality based on the assumptions that you have, but I go between psychology and manifestation all the time. The main thing here is to realize if you want to think that they have their own self-concept, whatever, okay, it really is you're creating your reality. And when you become the change that you seek to experience, you're going to shift everybody around you, okay? But if you want to think about it in a very physical way and think about people as outside of you, that's fine too. Whatever you need to think about this so that you can achieve what you want, do it, okay? If you want to think, oh, they have their own self-concept, okay, and like, how are they going to change? This is it. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to shift them. So if they have a whole bunch of negative patterns, the moment that you stop playing into their negative patterns and you become the change, you're going to shift them onto the same state as you. But the truth is, everybody and everything is connected. There's only one consciousness. And people ask on my channel all the time, how do you manifest somebody if you're not in contact with them? You guys see the success stories over and over and over and over and over again in my community tab. We are all connected. There is no separation. It's one consciousness. You don't need to be in contact with somebody to manifest them. You don't. You guys are manifesting specific people all the time. I was talking to a few clients today and they're like, yeah, I manifested a free smoothie and all these other things. I'm like, okay, well, who gave you the free smoothie? A specific person, right? Or you guys will say, oh, I manifested a raise at my work. And I'm like, okay, who gave you the raise? A specific person. I manifested my friend calling me. That's a specific person. You guys are manifesting specific people all the time. Stop thinking about your person as different. Take them off of the pedestal and just believe that you can have what you want and stop arguing for your limitations. Okay, so if you have the limitations and you have a hard time accepting this, make it a test. Just go to it's done. Stop arguing your limitations and trying to figure out how it's going to work and just listen to the beliefs on it at nighttime and let it go. Just let it go and see what happens. Stop focusing on all the problems and just think about it as done and watch what happens, okay? Apply the material and you're gonna see that it works. So instead of trying to make a case about why this doesn't work, do some scientific experimentation for yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to just It doesn't hurt me to believe. It doesn't hurt me to think about this as done. And it doesn't hurt for me to stop focusing on the problems. In fact, it's actually a much better way of living. So instead of focusing on all the problems and arguing for my limitations, I'm going to just believe that this is done and decide to feel better and stop focusing on it. And you're going to see that you're going to get results. So even if you don't if you are having a hard time applying this or understanding it conceptually, just apply it and you're going to get evidences. You're going to see that it works. So do that, okay? Because a lot of the questions that are getting asked are things that I'm answering in every single video, okay? And you just need to, at some point, apply it and trust, okay? Love your content. So it's done works even for applying a job that requests more experience than you currently have. Yes, okay? Even if you're getting a big fat no, okay? I can't tell you, I've done this for jobs before where and it's so funny because I've had friends in the past where I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, right? And they're like, okay. And then I do all of those things, okay? And they're like, how did you know you were going to do that? Because I understand how manifesting works, okay? And so even in the past, when there were specific jobs that I wanted, if they were taking a long time to call me back, if it looked like they weren't going to hire me, I never worried about it. I just kept on thinking about it as done, 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 done. I don't need to worry about this. I'm going to keep letting it go. And then it would materialize. So there are no limitations. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't have enough experience, okay? Just think about it as done and build the belief. Keep letting it go. That's the best word of advice I can give for you guys. Let it go and tell yourself to let it go during the day. Don't allow you don't need to be affirming all day long. You don't need to have the perfect affirmation. Just get your foundational beliefs in alignment. Pick whatever it is that you want. Think about it as done. And if you find yourself searching or trying to make it happen, tell yourself to let it go. I'm going to let this go. Let it 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 go. It's done. It's done. It's done. Let it go. Let it go. Stop. It's done. You're going to see that as you keep letting it go, it actually manifests. Okay. It's really that easy. It really is. Okay. Do you date around while manifesting the love interest who said he isn't interested? I talked about this in a previous video too, okay? And I'm going to clarify this a bit more. I said I wouldn't do this because if you really dating other people is so your behaviors are a manifestation of your beliefs, right? So you don't just wake up and act certain ways. You're not just showing up one day being somebody and showing up the next day being somebody. Your behavior is a manifestation of your beliefs. So what belief is manifesting a behavior of dating somebody else? In my opinion, it's the belief that I don't believe I can get what I want. Okay. So I don't believe I can get what I want. Therefore, I'm going to go date other people. I have another reason why I don't necessarily like this too, aside from that, okay, is if you have somebody that you love, that you want to be with, and you're dating other people, in order to manifest the relationship that you want, you have to feel fulfilled and loved within yourself. You have to feel stable, secure, and love within yourself. Love is not outside of you. Okay. So when you go date other people, what you're doing is you're still not feeling stable, secure, and loved within yourself. So you're using other people to fulfill a need that only you can fulfill. Only you can make yourself feel loved, whole, stable, chosen, happy, and complete. So instead of using other people as fillers, okay, you don't even actually want to be with this person. So there's that's a conflict in my mind too, of you're just using other people while you're wanting somebody else. That sets you up for that circumstance of well, when the person manifests, what are you going to do? Okay, now you're creating a whole web of a mess that you can manifest away. It's fine, but why do that? How about you just believe that you can get what you want and feel good and build yourself and build the best beliefs each day and enjoy the present moment and have the self-control to not bring other people into this and just believe that you can get what you want. That's my opinion. You're an adult, you can do whatever you want at the end of the day. But if you really love somebody and you fully believe that that relationship is going to be for you, then why sell yourself short and go be with other people if they're not even going to make you actually happy? Only you can make yourself happy, but you're filling roles. And why do that? I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. Okay. My first super chat wasn't answered. I'm sorry, Jazz. Let me see. I think there's so many chats. I can't scroll up to it now. So I apologize. How do I know when I fully love myself? Redundant, I know. I'm just curious as your position. I can't tell if I really do yet or if I'm still shifting. Okay, so when you fully love yourself, well, you do. Okay, so the first thing here is that you do. Okay, if you didn't love yourself, you wouldn't be doing the work to build your mindset. And so a lot of this is to remove the idea that you already are, that you're not what you already are. Like, of course you love yourself. Now, when it actually sinks in, when you feel that self-love and that fullness, you're gonna become very present in the moment. That's a key signifier of this, is like you stop really thinking about the past or projecting out to the future or worrying or doubting or needing people to show up in a certain way for you to feel better. You just become really present and you enjoy the present moment, and you consistently just do things that feel good for yourself, knowing that you can get exactly what you want. When you, and it's this constant alignment of like, I'm choosing what I'm feeling. I'm choosing what I'm feeling. I'm feeling good. I'm in this present moment. I'm enjoying my reality. And it's this consistent focus and prioritizing and valuing of yourself that occurs when you fully love yourself. Now, this is really important too, because when you fully value and prioritize and consistently place yourself as the focus, because you're showing up that way, guess how now people are going to show up and treat you? They're going to prioritize you, value you, honor you in the same way that you're doing for yourself. The key here, you guys, I've been talking about this in client sessions. Typically what happens when you meet somebody, like before you meet them, you're like doing all of these things to prioritize yourself. You're working out, you're really taking care of yourself. You're feeling really good. And then somebody comes into your life and you're like, oh, self-care routine. I'm going to just throw all that out the window. Here you go. Now you are my source of joy. I need you to show up in a certain way for me to feel good. And if you don't show up that way, I am going to become extremely anxious and I'm going to be waiting for you to continue to show up this way. Okay. No, you need to, like, after you prioritize yourself, your only job is to consistently do that. Like, you are enough. You are enough. And all you need to do is keep being you. You don't need to put all of this energy into the relationship to maintain it. No. In order to maintain the relationship, you need to keep being you, which means prioritize yourself, value yourself, and trust that as you continue to be this version of yourself, your person is going to freaking love you because they loved you because you were like being you to begin with. You didn't form this negative attachment, which caused you to like throw away all these things that you're doing for yourself and wait for somebody. You have to get out of that waiting energy. And when it manifests, you keep doing that. You keep prioritizing yourself. Okay. All right, let's see. Had nightmares with the limitless tape while it was peaceful with love tape. Friend had nightmares with the love tape. Does this mean I need to listen to the limitless more? No. So when you guys are getting bad dreams, that means it's working. Okay, so it would be, and I know that sounds weird, but think about it. If this wasn't actually doing anything for me, then I would go to sleep and I would wake up and I wouldn't notice anything. So if you're getting weird dreams, if you're getting emotional, that is because it's actually touching on your beliefs. It's a good sign. It's not a pleasant thing to go through, but it's very temporary. Okay. And so again, if it wasn't actually touching on your beliefs, you wouldn't be having all these dreams and like feeling differently. It's actually shifting something within you. So there is going to be kind of a little bit of resistance, but if you do breath work during the day and you really prioritize stabilizing yourself like 3 times a day. Okay, if you notice that you're having nightmares and you're getting really emotional, you need to be very gentle with yourself in that time period and really prioritize doing breath work and some physical activity, working out, soothing yourself so that you can go through the change through the path of least resistance, and so that it's not like crazy and wonky. Okay. Which 8-hour manifestation would I recommend for all purpose results? Also, do you have a video on how manifest a specific person that you haven't met yet? I would just do the limitless manifestor for all purpose. The thing on manifesting a specific person that you haven't met yet, it's the same process. Okay. So what I would do if you haven't met the person is identify what type of relationship you want. Okay. Like, what are the values? How is this person going to be caring for you? You could go into the physical aspect of them too. What kind of lifestyle do they have? What kind of lifestyle do you both have together? Get very specific with the details and then let it go. I did this with my mother. Okay. So I had her write down everything that she wanted down to a T. He has a boat. He has a truck. He has his own business. He's respectable, blah, 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 blah. And that's exactly what manifested. So you don't have to have a specific person. You can go to traits, lifestyle, how they're going to treat you, what they look like. And then the key is once you identify what it is that you want, it's done. Okay. It's done. And then you just align to that version of yourself that has the beliefs that you would if you were in that relationship. You keep letting it go. Okay. How to remove a third party ASAP. You stop focusing on it and you focus on your self-concept and you say it's done. Okay. My super chat was literally never answered. Jazz, I'm so sorry. I scrolled up to see where your chat was, but it's too far back that I can't scroll back up to it. So I apologize. Okay. You guys are asking me how to manifest this, how to manifest that, it's the same process for everything, you guys. So identify what it is that you want and then build your belief. If you have the belief that I can manifest exactly what I want, I'm deserving, I'm worthy, I'm good enough, and you just place all your focus on feeling good and building those beliefs and thinking about whatever the specific thing is as done, you're going to manifest it. It's the same process for everything. So you don't have to have a specific process for a car or a person or a job or something. You just identify what it is that you want and then get the beliefs in alignment. Okay. Alrighty. I do have to go, you guys. I'm really tired. And like I said, I have to be up at 5 a.m. So thank you all for being here. I'm sorry that I couldn't answer every single question, but thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for all the people that are in the live chat. And I hope you all have a beautiful night. Okay. Alrighty. Bye.